Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, everyone. I really hope you're well. I hope you've had a great week, and I hope you really enjoyed this week of our sessions. This is our last class for the week, and actually I'm pre-recording this, gang, because we are currently in Tenerife. So I'm just pre-recording it a couple of days earlier so that you have this as your live class. It's still a new class. But obviously we went away to Tenerife at the end of this week for Jason's birthday. So what I'm going to do with our stretch session this morning is it's going to be very much focused on sciatica relief. We can also do this as a bit of a prevention rather than a cure as well. So if you haven't got sciatica at the moment, but you are somebody who is susceptible to it, we can definitely work around that. We can make that feel a lot better for you. And also, I'm going to do a release for stiff lower backs. So helping that lower back really get that to kind of unlock for you, which hopefully is going to help you. So that's going to be kind of our focus for today. We're going to need a band, gang. And obviously, if you are suffering currently at the moment with sciatica, please just work to your range with regards to your pain threshold, because I know you're probably going to be experiencing quite a lot of discomfort. And what I certainly don't want is any kind of pins and needles in the feet. So if you know that starts to happen, just rein it off a little bit, take it back a little step, and then you can always, go again when that feels good. We're going to do some nerve flossing for the sciatic nerve. I'm also going to be doing some MET technique to give your sciatic nerve a little bit more space, and hopefully that's all going to feel really good for you. So gang, we are actually going to start standing, but I'm going to be focusing very much on our lower body to help to release from here. Now, the other thing that I want you to grab, if you have got it, is a spiky ball. If you haven't got a spiky ball, then you could absolutely use a tennis ball for this. If you're feeling brave this morning, you could use a golf ball for this as well. We're going to start to release our feet. So before we start doing anything else, pop the ball underneath your right foot and give it a good massage. Now, you might be thinking, well, why are you doing this, Kelly? Well, a lot of the time with sciatica and with lower back issues, a lot of tightness comes from our feet, and it can either resonate up, referred pain coming up and through, or if we're struggling with sciatica, for instance, we're going to be walking differently, and then that's going to result in our feet playing us up a little bit more. So we may find that we're actually getting other referred conditions. So maybe like things like plantar fasciitis, or the fact that we're actually just walking differently because we're in pain with our sciatica. And then that's causing maybe knee pain or ankle pain. So I want us to release our feet first. We're going to be working through kind of this whole region today, thinking about right from the tip of our toes all the way up to our lower back. So I want you to go under the arch of your foot, under the bridge, under your toes, under your heel, and give your feet a really good release. That's it. So moving onto the side. Well done. And then you're going to place your heel down. The ball goes under your mid-metatarsal joint of your foot. That's a crossways here. And we're going to apply some compression. We want to apply pressure here as much as we can. Bend the knee and then straighten. So this is going to help to unlock your Achilles tendon as well. If you're struggling there, bend and straighten. One more time. Bend and straighten. Go back to that release. Go back to that rub. So just allow that foot to really get lovely and warm. Taking the tension away. So you know that this is so good with regards to tight arches of the foot. The fascia on the bottom of the foot can sometimes lose its blood supply. And then essentially we end up with conditions like plantar fasciitis. But it also helps to stimulate, lift fallen arches, but also stretch very tight arches. So go down the side of your foot, under your toes, round the back of the heel, under the arch, the ball of the foot as well. Work it through. Well done. 4 seconds. 3, 2, and release. And then I want you to change sides, gang. So feel free to maybe pedal push your feet a little bit, loosen that off, be aware of how that feels. And then we're going to go on the other side. So we're going to go into this release on our left side. This might feel totally different than it did on our right. Oh, Bentley. Bentley just fell out the door then. Hopefully he's okay. Give yourself a good release here. Make sure again you're going under that arch, around the back of the heel, under the toes, bridge of the foot, and down the sides. Any sweet spots, any spots that feel a bit sticky, work into them a little bit more. Good work. And then the heel comes down. Ball goes under the mid-metatarsal joint of your foot. And we're going to start to bend, adding this compression. So what we're trying to do is release these trigger points. Coming down, bending through. Good work. We've got trigger points all over our body. And essentially, it's where we might be holding tension within certain muscles that need to be released, that just can't get that release with a stretch. Well done. One more. And then go into that rub. So again, around as many places as you possibly can with this foot. Good work. Under the heel. Some people suffer there. You might find you've got pain in your heel, especially if you're suffering with sciatica, because the sciatic nerve comes all the way down. What happens is it kind of comes out around sort of L4, L5 area, or L5, S1, and then branches out, goes into the glutes. Often the sciatic nerve either runs just underneath or sometimes, in worst case scenarios, through piriformis muscle in the bottom. So of course then if your piriformis is very tight, it's going to pinch on that sciatic nerve. And then it comes down the leg and it branches out at the hip, but then it branches again out at the knee. It comes all the way down to the heel. Well done. 4, 3, 2, and release. Well done. Move the ball out of the way. Just give your feet a little bit of a release. Good work. Okay, so from here, I want you to allow your pelvis to rock. Take your feet wider. I want some movement to come in through this lower back. Tucking forward and backwards, just in your own time. Absolutely no rush. You okay, my man? Oh, Bentley, you had a little bit of a fall there out of the door. Little rock, forward and back. Well done. And then when you're ready, gang, just rotate through the pelvis. Big circles round. Go around the other way when that feels good for you. Loosen off. Well done. Okay, so what I want us to do is take a roll down, but only halfway. Hands are going to come to your thighs. Bend the knees and stretch. Now, while you're here, little cat to cow. Good work. So, gang, just keep that going for a moment. I just need to check Bentley for a second. Good stuff. So when you're ready, you're just going to keep lifting and lowering. Inhale, exhale, bringing that here, coming into that lift, then that release. Lift. Belly button comes up. We're trying to unlock this stiff lower back. And then rolling all the way up. Rolling the shoulders at the top. Good work. From here, wrap your arms around your waist, bend through your knees, loosen off that back. Let's take the feet wide, and I want you to come over on the right, over on the left, pushing that away. So feel the stretch coming through the inner thigh. Sometimes with, again, sciatica, but also with stiff lower backs, it will affect other areas within the legs. So we want to try and release this as much as possible. Well done. Okay, standing tall, bringing then your right leg forward and back. Swing through. Try not here to squeeze the muscles in the bottom. I want you to just let your hip release. Let it lay heavy, let it lay long. Good work. And then come across and open. You don't have to lift as high as me. You could stay in contact with the floor, but I want you to lose the tension. So it's not essentially an outer thigh lift that's engaging the muscles in the outer thigh or glutes. Rotate round the front and round the back. Let it swing. Loosen there. Well done. Pedal push through your feet again. We're going to move to your left side. Forward, back. Great work. That's it. Try not to squeeze the muscles in the bottom. The reason I'm saying this is because if your sciatica is being caused by what's called piriformis syndrome, where the piriformis muscle is very tight, every time you squeeze your bottom, it gives you that pinching sensation. It gives you that really kind of ouch feeling. What we need to do is unlock and release that piriformis so it takes away the pressure and gives the sciatic nerve a little bit more space. Good work. Now bring that round, forward and back. Loosen off. Well done. From here, take a full roll down. I know that might feel really uncomfortable, so keep your hands to your legs if you need to. Bend the knees as much as possible. We're going to come through into a calf stretch. Now, this might not be appropriate for everybody, so if it's not appropriate for you, feel free to bring your feet down, your knees down. You can take one leg back and stretch here instead, and then change that over whenever you want to. Otherwise, we're here in calf stretch. Bend one knee, feel the stretch in the other leg. Change sides when you wish. So just alternating in your own time. Good work. Okay, bring the knees down. Let's release that lower back. We're going to inhale our belly up to the ceiling. Exhale our belly to the floor. Inhale our belly up to the ceiling. Separate the shoulder blades. Exhale our belly to the floor. Now as we do this, gang, we can either stay as we are, or we can work a little deeper, a little bit further by lifting up, and then add a little wag of your tail right to left. Come down, belly to the floor, wag your tail from right to left. Lift up, separate the shoulder blades, wag your tail, dip through and wag your tail. Good work. Can we circle all the way out? Loosen off that back. Go the other way when that feels good for you. So gang, from here, sink back into your child's pose. Feel free to take the knees as wide as you need them to let your hips open. Take the hands over to the right, left hand on top, head comes down low. Change over sides. And then bring that back to center. Come onto all fours, take your right arm and lift up high to the sky. Right arm is going to lace through, drop down into our thread like a needle. But just to have that release in the shoulder as well as the back. Lean back into it as far as you can. Perfect. We release. Bring it back open. Change sides. Lift. big stretch. Now come through, drop. So lean back into this so you can get that lovely release. Well done. Bring it back up. Perfect. So gang, we're going to start Met techniques. And I'm going to do a couple of Met techniques for around your hips. And these are all to give your sciatic nerve a little bit more space. Feet are going to come together. Hands are going to come together. We are going to push down with our elbows onto our thighs. At the same time, you are going to push up with your thighs, creating that 50% resistance. So equal force pushing down as pushing up. Stay there. Hold that. Lean forward slightly if you wish. We're going to hold for about 20 to 30 seconds. And this morning, we're going to repeat 3 times. So gang, MET stands for, so it's M-E-T, muscle energy technique. And it's a great way of prehab, also rehab. So when you've done 20 to 30 seconds, give yourself a little bit of release and then bring it back. It's used a lot with regards to physios and osteos to use either as prevention, but also to be helping recovery because it's incredibly safe. You're not changing the muscle length. So if muscle length change is aggravating an injury, for instance, say for instance in the hamstring, and every time you change the length of the hamstring as you're walking, moving, it aggravates it. This MET technique is not changing the length. It just creates the energy within it and helps disperse it. So when you've done about 20 to 30 seconds that second time, give your hips a bit of a release. And then you're going to do one more. So make sure you're lifting up with your legs as well as pushing down with your elbows. Maybe lean forward a little bit more now. Well done. Let that release for you. Good work. Okay, relax there. Superb. So gang, I'm going to bring you down into the floor. You're going to need your spiky ball if you've got it and your band. But we're going to start with a little bit about MET technique. But at the same time, if you want, you can play underneath our right bottom. And we can have a little bit of a rub around here, a little bit of a massage. You're going to know whether or not you've actually got a point in your bottom where you feel a lot of tension, where you feel maybe those muscles are incredibly tight. So feel free to have a massage. And then any spot that you find is your kind of sweet spot, you can hold on. Place that foot then across that thigh. And what we're going to do is we're then going to do our MET technique here as well. So we're going to push against the leg. The leg is going to push back to the hand. We create that 50% resistance. But I've got the ball in my sweet spot. Mine is my piriformis because it's very tight, especially on this side at the moment. So I want you just to create that force, equal force back and about 20 to 30 seconds, and then give it a little bit of a massage, staying on that same side, and then going back to our MET technique here. So the ball is underneath that area. Now you may find that you've got one side of your bottom, so one glute, that really feels like it's a lot more tighter than the other. So if you prefer that even when we're doing the MET technique on the other side, if you prefer keeping the spiky ball on that side, feel free. Well done. Have your little massage. Move the ball accordingly. So if you're getting more tension on, keep the spiky ball on that side. Otherwise, you're going to move it over to the other side. You're going to have a little bit of a release there. Excuse me. So I want you to just see if there's any sweet spots there. We're going to take that foot, cross it over the other side, and then hold. Push against the leg. The leg is pushing back to you. We hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. Feel free to move the ball anytime you need to. We have that release. Again, we can go back to our massage here. Find that spot and then hold. Pressing against the thigh. Thigh pushes back to the hand. Equal resistance. Well done. We go back to that release in the hip just one more time there. Wonderful, and then release. Okay, gang, so releasing the lower back again. Take the arms out of your way. Bend the knees. Some of you will want to keep the feet on the floor. Some of you might want to lift your legs up and roll from right to left. Whatever feels good for you. Let the shoulders relax. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to do our nerve flossing here. If you want to, you could put, so depending on what you've got going on today, if it is sciatica, you could put your spiky ball onto the glute that's giving you all the grief, and then you could take your band around that foot, and we do our nerve flossing here with our spiky ball underneath that side. Or you can put your spiky ball to the very lowest point of your lower back. So if your lower back is giving you the grief and that feels really tight, put your spiky ball right in the middle of your very lowest back, yeah? And then we can do our nerve flossing here. So either or, whatever feels good for you. Nerve flossing for the leg. Let's just start with a little bend and straighten to release any tension that we might have within muscles, because we're going to then work into the nerve. A lot of people actually hold tension within the nerves rather than muscles. And again, no amount of stretching can get rid of that. It's got to be kind of taking that through into a little bit of nerve flossing, or gliding, it's sometimes called. So we're going to hold the legs straight. We're going to pull the toes down to us. Hand goes behind your head. Lift your head up, chin to chest, come up to the point of tension or tightness, and then come straight down. Let's repeat that 6 times. Up, literally holding it for a second. So it's not a hold. You are gliding that tension away down through the nerve, right from the top of the neck, spinal cord, where that kind of starts, all the way down to the tip of the heel. Well done. When you've done your 6, I want you just to go back to that little straighten here. Feel free then to hold on with your right hand, and we're going to open that out to the side. Again, you could have the ball underneath that bottom. You could have the ball right bang, smack bang in the middle, opening here. Whatever feels good for you. So if you have still got that ball, just move it out of your way. Extend the other leg down to the floor, and we're going to come over the other way. So we're going to bend the knee here as much as we need to, opening out this outer thigh, bottom, unlocking that lower back. Hand comes down. So only as far as you wish to go. You may need to bend your knee here, Otherwise, you can straighten the leg, whatever feels more comfortable. Bring it back to center. One more stretch there. And then you're going to change sides. So again, ball can go underneath your bottom onto that sweet spot, maybe around the piriformis, or to the very lower back. And that's smack bang in the middle. Yeah. Band goes around the other foot. We take our little bend and straighten to get rid of the tension that we might be holding on to within our muscles first. So gang, all of these could be done on a regular basis. Obviously, I'm not claiming that this is going to cure you in one session. The more you do it, the better that will become. But obviously, I know you're going to need to work within your pain threshold, whatever feels good for you. Anytime you're ready, gang, pull the toes down to you, hand behind the head, lift the head up, chin to chest, and then lower down when you're ready. So 6 of these, and then lower. Inhale, exhale. Well done. Pull on the head. Literally to the point of tension or tightness. And then down. Remember what I said about pins and needles? Hopefully there isn't any in the foot. Good work. Inhale, exhale. When you've done your 6, gang, go back to again a little bend and straighten. Lose the tension there. Holding on with our left hand, we're going to open that leg wide. So just releasing the inner thigh. Like I said earlier, sometimes these muscles can become tight. That is going to affect our lower back. Perfect. We remove the ball if we have still got it there. Pull the leg across. Bend the knee as much as we need to. Let's unlock this lower back. Let's stretch this glute. Open out that outer thigh. Perfect. Bring the leg back up to center, gang. And then release. Gently bring yourself up to sitting. Take a little shake of the legs. Stretch over on one side. Feel the stretch through the side of the waist. We change over to the other side whenever you're ready. Hands back behind you. Open your chest. Very slowly, you're going to bring yourself round. Roll up slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring the neck and head up last and roll the shoulders. Okay, circle out your hips. How do you feel? How does your lower back feel? Does that feel any easier? Does it feel like that's released a little there? Pedal through your feet. How do your feet feel? How does down the legs feel? Take a breath. Exhale. Roll down just as far as you want to go. If you want to stop halfway, feel free. Otherwise, we're rolling all the way down to the floor. I know that might not be appropriate for everyone. Bend the knees as much as you wish. Roll up slow. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Roll the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Roll down. Let go of any last little bit of tension from the body. Let it fall out of the crown of the head. Let it go. Inhale, exhale, and rise when you're ready. Stand tall. Roll those shoulders. Take a breath. Breathe out down to your prayer pose. Think about how you feel in comparison to the start of the class. We take our right arm up and our left. Right hand forward and our left. Right palm in and our left. Give ourselves and each other a superb round of applause. Gang, I really hope that you enjoyed that this morning. Please let me know if there's any questions about any of that we've just done. Hopefully that made sense. And of course, just work to your own limits. But like I said, I'm not expecting to be able to cure you in one session, but hopefully I have made you feel better and given you the tools where you can actually then keep doing things that work for you. If you know that the MET technique feels really good, keep doing it. If the nerve flossing felt really good for you, keep doing it. And that's hopefully going to really help you. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Remember, there is no timetable next week. We're away. So you guys get a completely free week. So everyone will be refunded. And you can use next week as a catch-up. The way you find your classes that you're interested in is you'll go to your magnifying glass within the group at the top, and then in there you can just put in what kind of class you're looking for. So if you wanted to, if sciatica was an issue for you and you wanted more classes on that, just put sciatica in there. It will come up with all the sessions that I've ever done for that. If pelvic floor is something you want to focus on, put pelvic floor in there. It'll come up with all those sessions. So you can just literally, view any of the sessions that you want to there. Otherwise, have a wonderful week, and I will see you when we get back. And hopefully you will be ready to take action again. Take care, everyone.